Hello, everybody, and welcome back to No Limits. I'm Carlton Wilborn, your host, and this is Tara Gray, my co-host.
Hey, guys.
And we're back this week. Now, last week we got into the topic of possibilities.
Oh, that was a good one.
Opening up, right? No limits.
And I hope you did your homework. I hope you guys changed your belief system about yourself.
Absolutely.
We're going to hold you to it.
Yeah. And today, Tara is bringing us some good news about surrender.
Absolutely.
So talk to me, because you had some interesting stuff to say.
You know I'm an Oprah freak. I'm an Oprah freak, yes. And it was about 5 years ago, and I got the opportunity to go see a seminar of Oprah in Atlanta, Georgia with my mom. She had to drag me. No, I'm kidding. No, I was there early, like 3 hours. And she said this, she told this story, and it really, really spoke to me. She was talking about when she was in Baltimore and she was an anchor, and you know, the GM and everybody was trying to make her lose weight, and they were trying to change her hair. And
so crazy.
She actually sent Oprah to a fat camp.
Which I can't believe.
I know. So, you know, she said she was at this fat camp and her self-esteem had just gone down the tubes, and she was walking around the track, and she said she just started bawling, crying, and she just started singing that hymnal, I surrender all. When you just surrender it to God. Now, you know, Carlton and I
say God because
we're Christians,
absolutely.
but you know, if that's not your thing, you can surrender it to the universe.
Call
you don't
it whatever
have
you
to
want to call it.
Right. So she said she surrendered, and she said after she did that, it just, her whole heart was just light, and she felt better. Like, I don't have to do it all myself. She went back to her room, and there was a message from the producers of The Color Purple. Okay. And it was that quickly she'd gotten the part. And she said she just felt like, you know, all I had to do was let it go. And sometimes you got to set things free for them to come back to you, right?
Absolutely. I think about, for me, you know, I've been out here, I've been dancing and producing, and I did the Madonna tour, 2 of them.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Thanks. But what was amazing for me was when I booked that job, a chunk of years ago, I had actually also been hired to do the Whitney Houston tour. I went on Whitney's tour, I got booked for it, but Whitney paused because she didn't know exactly when she wanted to go out. So we had some time. I heard about this other audition for this small person named Madonna.
Yeah.
I went on the audition.
Nobody knows who she is.
Yeah. I booked it. So now I'm like, I'm new in town. I've got these 2 heavies in my pocket. What do I do? How do I choose? I don't want to upset anybody.
What a problem to have, Carlton.
But the point is that it was really one of those moments where the choice was bigger than I was.
Absolutely.
And I really had to just kind of go, okay, God, you know what I want to do. You know why I came out here. I'm green. You guide me. I'm putting it in your hands. About 3 days later, heard from Whitney's people, she had only decided to go out for 3 weeks. And the Madonna thing, which is really where I landed, ended up doing 2 tours. We had a friendship, a business, creative thing that lasted over a decade. And that's what God can do when you take your hands off of it.
You just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. We make it messy. We try to force things and we try to do things ourselves. Just let it go and know that you don't have to handle it all. And what you were saying too brought up a good point about, you know, how everything worked out. What will be, will be. Don't worry about stuff. Just say, you know what, I'm going to let it go. I don't have to worry about this, because when you do that, it kind of festers and it affects every relationship and every part of your life every day.
It does. And I know for me, honestly, once I got into my God world, that I really felt in my spirit that there was something that could handle life quicker, more effectively than I could. And, you know, I know, as you have shared also, that some of the most amazing moments that we've gotten to experience happened from that space when we went, I can't do it.
Absolutely.
I take my hands off. And so that's where we are today.
So what have we learned, class? Just let it go, surrender it to God or to the universe, or just, you know, don't stop trying to make everything happen your way, because guess what? It's not going to happen your way. It never does.
And knowing that what is meant to be ours is going to be there.
I love that.
That has so much less muscling and manipulation and all that when you just decide, universe, I know I'm taken care of. I know that God's got my back. Spirit's got my back, whatever you want to call it. The universe aligns itself and shows up.
What will be, will be.
And that's how we got to No Limits. That's how we got to this show, actually.
Yes, and next week join us, because we're going to be talking about forgiveness. And we all know, you guys, there are people out there you need to forgive. You know you do. Right?
It's going to be good.
Absolutely.
We're coming up on week 3. Stay tuned, everybody. I'm Carlton Wilborn.
I'm Tara Gray. We'll see you next week.
No Limits.